This is For What It's Worth, the world's first Merryworth podcast. Sam and Eric use coarse language, and if you are offended by coarse language, please save yourself some trouble and cover your ears.
Ra ra ah ah ah, rama rama ma, gaga ooh la la. It's For What It's Worth, the world's first and only Merryworth podcast. My name's Sam.
And I'm Merc.
Eric, we've got huge news.
I know, I saw.
And unlike last week when we made up our huge news and just made it up completely, this is real news now. Karen Moy did an interview with dailyinc.com.
Yep.
And she shed some light on the subject of who Dawn Weston actually is.
Well, perfect timing.
Exactly. Because you and I have been trying to guess since this storyline started whether Dawn was she was somewhere between the ages of 13 and 38. That was our position.
Yep.
She is 19 years old. Going on 46, apparently.
Well, she was.
She was what?
19.
I thought she was 19 now.
I don't know. I'm still confused.
So she's between the ages of 19 and 36. So we've narrowed it down just a little bit. Some of my favorite bits of the interview were Karen Moy describing Dawn before she went to hang out with Wilbur.
Yep.
She was living with her mom in Connecticut. And then I guess, she was a troublemaker and she was vindictive, deceptive, and unpleasant. Direct quote. She was an overweight, unhappy teen who closely resembled Wilbur. This was before she got contacts and took up swimming.
Ugh. God. Imagine a little female Wilbur.
I just imagine, Wilbur, only there's, Pippi Longstocking type, pigtails.
Oh, no.
She's, maybe got buck teeth, and she's eating, just a loaf of bread, slice after slice. Fuck you, old man, I'm going to the mall!
Well, at least she's not overweight and depressed anymore. Now she's thin and depressed.
Now she's thin and depressed, and lives with her overweight and depressed father.
Great. She's really moving up in the world.
There was also this really great bit. And if anybody can help me find these strips, because I am dying to read them.
Yes.
Dawn was, I guess, had some kind of relationship going on with a young college professor who had mental health problems. And at the end of that storyline, the guy's sister took him to a loony bin. I want to know what kind of mental health problems those were.
Yep, me too.
Did this guy, I imagine, their parting of ways took place while he was sitting on a tree branch blowing spit bubbles.
Oh, I gotta go, dear. I hope you get better.
Maybe, maybe it was the same plot as that movie K-Pax with Kevin Spacey.
Yes. He thought he was an alien.
He thought he was an alien, and he had to ride a solar flare back to his home planet.
Yep.
I've seen the movie K-Pax 3 times. I am well acquainted with the plot of that film.
Oh, it's a classic for sure.
It's a dandy and a doozy. I actually saw that movie in the theater. I have no clue why.
Alright, so what happened last week?
What happened last week? Wilbur went to his boss, J. Jonah Jameson, and said he was taking 2 months off, whether he wanted him to or not. It was happening.
Yep.
Triple J made Wilbur come up with a replacement for the Ask Wendy strip. Not strip,
Yep.
column. We're reading a newspaper strip.
Oh, it's all so confusing.
It's getting too meta. Meta? This is made garbage is what it is. But Wilbur, he said he found a replacement already, which he hadn't found a replacement because he hadn't asked her yet. And that brings us to Monday as Wilbur visits Mary. I'm curious. What did you want to ask me? You didn't go into detail on the phone. Have several muffins, Wilbur. I made them with love.
Mary, how would you like to be Ask Wendy for a few weeks?
When Mary came out of the kitchen, there was a full dozen muffins on that tray.
Mary, is this French roast? This is delicious.
As he sloshes his cup and spills coffee all over the arm of the couch.
Glug, glug, glug.
Look at him in panel 1 there. He's like laying back on that pillow like a goddamn sultan or something.
I know. It's like, this is the life.
Make yourself at home, Wilbur.
You don't mind if I kick off my shoes, do you?
and Mary didn't even invite him in. She just answered the door, and then he went and sat down. He's like, you got anything to eat in this dump?
He's just looking around.
Fucking Wilbur. Invite yourself in and eat all the muffins.
All right.
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
You want me to write your column? Why?
I'm making a leave of absence for the summer.
He's still going. And check it out. He's got like half a muffin left in that panel. Next panel, gone. One bite. Oh.
I imagine that's one bite right there. And that's
Have you ever seen V?
Yes.
When she eats the guinea pig?
Yes.
That's exactly what it looked like.
Just unhinged his jaw like a snake.
And down that muffin went.
I want to take Dawn away from here. She could use a break. She needs one.
I'm sure it wouldn't do you any harm either.
Oh, Mary. Oh, you.
I think she's just saying that so Wilbur will get the hell out of her living room.
It won't do me any harm either, because you'll keep stopping by my house every day and eating all my pastries.
Mary, when she went off to the kitchen to get those muffins, she came back and Wilbur was just asleep on the couch. She didn't know what she should I wake him up? She shook Wilbur's shoulder a little bit and he goes, no, just give me 10 minutes. I've had a busy morning.
Don't go away. I'm sleeping.
Mary went and checked her email and, went out to get the newspaper, came back, and Wilbur was gone. He was just laying in Mary's bed at that point. Mary walked in. Oh, excuse me. Shut the door. You're letting the light in.
My eyes. He's very dramatic when he gets woken up.
He's a real bear in the morning, I imagine. Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Where are you and Dawn going?
Italy. My friend Giorgio agreed to let us stay at his empty villa for the summer.
I'd like to point out 3 muffins instead of those 4.
I don't think Mary's had a single one.
I don't think Mary made those to like take over to Toby's, and she and Ian and
yeah, she was just gonna give some to the whole neighborhood, but
I guess I'll have to make another batch.
I like these muffins, but they're so small.
Maybe if I just push two of them together in a big bread ball.
Yeah, you need to make these things bigger.
He's pushing the muffins together and getting crumbs all over the carpet. He's saying to Mary, "You're gonna have to vacuum when I leave, or you'll get ants."
Is that what those spots are?
Yes.
The ants already collecting.
Because Wilbur's made such a damn mess.
The ants just follow Wilbur around because they know he's eventually gonna drop some food.
He's like Pigpen.
It'll be great. And I know Ask Wendy will be in capable hands while we're gone. What do you say, Mary?
This is a classic Maryworth cliffhanger.
Look at Wilbur's face. Jesus Christ. It looks like he's asking her to make a pact with the devil.
It really does. He's doing that whole sinister thing he was doing when he was making that phone call to Giorgio.
Stop making such creepy faces, Wilbur.
You'll have to sign a contract, of course. And then Wilbur takes out a quill and pricks Mary's finger with it. And, oh! Signs it in blood.
The deed is done. And then it just pops away and it bursts of smoke.
A dark cloud passes over the sun.
I think this quote-unquote newspaper that Wilbur works for is actually a satanic cult.
So you're saying that J. Jonah Jameson is like a dual JJ, and he's also like Anton LaVey.
Yes.
Burn 3 black candles, and we'll move on to Thursday.
Yep, I got him burning. Mary, you're the first person who came to mind when I decided to take this trip. Nom, nom.
We're down to 2 muffins.
Like, really? She was the first person to come to mind and not Dawn? Like, okay, Dawn's feeling depressed. Oh, I know how I can make this to my advantage.
I can make this work for both of us. I get a month. I get 2 months off. But who's gonna write my newspaper column? Oh, I'll just ask that nosy old biddy upstairs.
Who better to give advice to my readers than you? It's one of your special talents.
And then Wilbur lays his muffin down on the table and begins to unbutton his shirt. I don't know, Wilbur. Answering Ask Wendy mail sounds time-consuming. And I've never done it before.
And Mary looks like Ellen DeGeneres again.
She does look like Ellen again. I wonder if Ellen DeGeneres is aware that they're using her likeness in a newspaper strip.
Oh, plagiarism. Awful. Terrible, terrible.
Do you think Ellen DeGeneres is one of those celebrities that has copyrighted her likeness?
Yeah, probably.
Because I think, like, Ken Griffey Jr. did at one point. You know, the basketball player.
Yep, I know. I like the...
He played for the St. Louis Orioles.
Yep.
Not only did I get the sport wrong, but I think I got the team and where the team was based wrong. And I don't think it was Ken Griffey Jr. It may have been some other baseball player.
Who cares?
This isn't
one of those jerks.
This isn't a sports podcast, Eric.
Nope.
This isn't a sports stars from the mid-90s podcast. Friday?
Friday. I'll train you before I go. You'll enjoy it and be great at it. You'll see.
Do you really think I can be Ask Wendy? How will your readers feel about it?
I don't know, but I've turned into an orangutan.
Oh, man, I want to be like you.
Do you want to be like me, Mary? Do you want to be Ask Wendy?
And then Ian Cameron comes in wearing a coconut bra and a hula skirt with a fake orangutan mouth over his own mouth. Starts dancing with Wilbur to distract him as Mowgli escapes.
Yep. Wilbur, why do you have this African child in your house?
Don't worry about it. By the way, can I borrow some little red diapers? We go through those things like crazy.
Is that where the Jungle Book is, or is it South America?
Fuck, I don't know. I'm gonna guess South America?
Yeah. They'll love you while I'm gone. So remember, it's just for the summer. I'm not fucking around, Mary. Just for the summer.
And you've got no choice. Now hold still, you got some crumbs from those muffins on your lip. Don't want those to go to waste. Touching Mary's lip with his finger.
I'm just eating them.
Hey, Eric, can we do a finger count real quick?
Yeah, sure.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow. He is so excited about this vacation that he's grown extra digits.
He has become polydactyl.
Either that or that's some other thumb. I don't... Oh, God.
Wilbur has a giant thumb growing out of his cheek.
or like, Mary's got like a hand under his shirt for some reason.
Whoa!
And the thumb's coming up, wrapping back.
Oh man, this is getting saucy, dude.
No, I think she's checking him for wires. Because she feels the shifty atmosphere.
These types of weird back alley advice column deals.
Yes, can never be too careful.
They can go south in a minute. Meet me at my apartment and come alone. No cops, Wilbur.
Okay, you know the rules.
Saturday?
Yep, Saturday.
Wilbur, I have no desire to be Ask Wendy full time. I have enough to keep me busy.
I was just teasing. I'm not worried about losing my job, Mary. Oh, poor naive Wilbur.
When did he say anything about losing his job?
Well, he doesn't want Mary taking it, he's saying.
I do not get it.
He's afraid that Mary's going to do too good of a job, and then...
Oh, I'm almost positive that's what's going to happen. And then he and Dawn are going to be out on their asses. Because it's not cheap to live at Charterstone, dude.
Oh no, it's a classy place.
I know, it's a very expensive place to live. When I was thinking about moving last summer, I checked it out.
Yeah?
Do you know what the rent is?
What?
The blood of a virgin.
Oh no.
Every month. And do you know how hard it is to find virgins in California?
Oh God.
Next to impossible.
That place is full of heathens.
Yeah, dude, you either need to use babies or like dogs and cats. They don't specify what species they need.
But I like dogs and cats.
I know. So I put down a deposit, but it ended up not going there. I just gave them the whole baby.
I mean, it's expensive having to buy like rows and rows of encyclopedias that come with every apartment.
They sure do love their giant, identical, gray, leather-bound books.
Yep.
That's the Charterstone Code of Ethics.
Yes.
Those are the rules you have to play, that you have to follow to live there.
You have to read through all of them before you can sign the contract.
There is a written exam and an oral exam.
Because I know you, it'll just be a temporary job until I get back. An exciting change of pace for you.
What is it with Wilbur and these devil eyebrows?
I don't know. It's shadow on the side of his face.
I keep feeling like he's up to something.
Yes.
Like he and Dawn are going to go to Italy and just not come back. Like, he's going to drown Dawn in their hotel room and then change his name to, I don't know, Wilbino. Grow a mustache. And just live in Italy the rest of his life.
Dawn, I'm so sick of your complaining. I'm starting a new life.
Dad, I'm feeling sleepy. What was in this drink?
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. It'll be over soon.
That's why he's going to Italy. Because there's so many, waterways and stuff.
He can just dump her body.
And no one will ever find her.
Oh, no.
It's time for Wilbur to get his.
Wilbur's gone off the rails on a crazy train.
I mean, even Mary was concerned.
What is he planning?
She's hiding behind her coffee mug.
She's trying to hide the terrified grimace on her face.
Either that or she's trying to do her tapir impression. Look at my long nose, Wilbur. I'm a cute little tapir.
It's a well-known fact about Maryworth that when you go over to her house, she's going to start doing animal impressions. And that's when you know it's time to leave. When she enters the room and holds her arm up to her nose and leans back and goes, "What kind of animal was that? I was a little pachyderm." Also, they're all animals with long noses, like tapirs and elephants and anteaters.
Those are the only ones she knows how to do.
Well, those are her favorites.
Yes.
She also does a mean great gonzo. Which means she sits in the middle of her living room and eats a rubber tire. Oh. Are we going to do Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
Sunday. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. Aristotle.
The favor I'm asking will do us both good. I need a fill-in while I'm at the dentist. No, wait. I need a fill-in while I'm gone. You enjoy giving people advice. And you're good at it.
This is like the hard sell. It's like,
You're gonna love doing this, trust me. You're really good at it too, Mary.
Did I mention how lovely you look this morning? You are glowing. You are radiant.
Can I smell your hair?
Not too far, Wilbur.
Hey, you went from flattery to Creepo Town. Also...
and by the way...
So we're down to one muffin, right?
Yep.
Wilbur's just going nuts, for those of you keeping track at home.
What are these, hazelnut?
And here's the thing: they're like those plastic ones they have at bakeries to get you to come in. Wilbur does not care. He's going all out. When Wilbur asks Mary to write his column while he's away, I'm flattered. I really am.
So you'll do it?
Readers depend on Ask Wendy for answers to major life questions. Is that true at all?
So is
So, I think Yahoo Answers is the new Ask Wendy, isn't it?
yes. Ask Wendy is the modern day Laurie Beth Denberg.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. When I need an answer to a question, my first impulse is not to, like, write a letter, mail it to a newspaper, and then read that newspaper every day for the next month or so to see if my question gets answered.
Yes. There's quite a bit of a delay there.
Yeah, it's there's kind of some operational things that go into a column like Ask Wendy. When something's life or death, like, oh, my son is choking. Better write a letter. See if...
I have a dark mark on my right shoulder. I think it might be malignant. What should I do about that? Oh, better send that in to Ask Wendy.
That should definitely help.
You can refer them to experts in established organizations when the need arises.
I mean, I don't answer any questions when I do the column.
I just go on my computer and ask Jeeves.
The entire Ask Wendy column is just links to other websites. He doesn't write anything. He just copies and pastes a URL and moves on. And since it's in the newspaper, you have to type out the whole thing.
Mary, have you heard of this thing called the Wikipedia? Oh, it's just helped my job so much.
I just copy and paste everything off of it and call it the Wendypedia.
But it's your life experience, compassion, and insight that makes you a natural for this.
Wilbur, back up.
Peer deeply into my eyes, Mary.
The Twilight Zone music is playing.
You will see I am telling the truth.
Wilbur's using his crazy snake hypnotics on Mary.
It's like that Men Who Stare at Goats thing.
It's
just gonna
what?
Like that movie with George Clooney in it.
Oh, The Men That Stare at Goats. I thought you said Minister Goat.
Yep, it's like Minister Goat all over again.
I pictured a goat wearing a priest outfit.
No, Minister Goat. He's like a Marvel Comics character.
Ah, Minister Goat. Oh, right. He was in the Avengers, wasn't he?
Yep, he was.
There was that part where Captain America said to him, "Take away that priest uniform and what's left." And then Minister Goat went, meh. Yeah, that was a good scene.
I like that a lot.
Weird that they replaced Iron Man with Minister Goat.
Yeah, well, you know, he's popular these days.
Robert Downey Jr. was probably too busy to film the movie, is what it was.
Well, no. Robert Downey Jr. played Minister Goat.
Oh, is that right?
You didn't notice that?
No. They did a really good job on the makeup.
Yeah, they did kind of like a Voldemort kind of thing.
Oh, or like Davy Jones from the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes.
Caribbean.
They CG'd a goat face. Except for they only did it from like the chin down. So it was just the mouth, and everything else looked like a human face.
Oh, that's, I thought that was kind of strange. And then when he opened his mouth, there was no texture inside. You could just see Robert Downey Jr.'s actual mouth.
They had already spent all their budget on the Hulk.
Oh,
so.
It was like Nintendo 64 graphics on Minister Goat.
I'm confident in leaving my column in your hands while Don and I review ourselves.
All right, Wilbur. I look forward to it. Have a good trip. I need to go to the grocery store because I don't have any food left.
And again, they have like a little freeze frame at the end here. Like it sort of reminds me the end of Rocky with the... It's the...
Eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight.
It just freeze frames, goes all pastel.
Are they about to clink glasses there?
Yeah, exactly. It's like the Punch, but they're just gonna. It's the question is like, oh, I wonder if which one toasted better. It's a cliffhanger. You don't know.
And that's what we love about Mary Worth, is those cliffhangers.
So, like, what does Wilbur mean by review ourselves?
I believe he says renew ourselves.
Oh. Oh, whoops. Well, they can do that too.
They can do either one.
You know, I like the way I look at this shirt, but the pants could be better.
I give this fit a 3 out of 5.
Never mind me, I'm a bit illiterate. But, hey, maybe they are going to do both.
Oh, yeah,
renew
definitely.
themselves. Because, part of renewal is, changing yourself. And you gotta reflect on those things.
You have to have a critical eye, both for others and for yourself.
So, Don will be like, maybe I'll stop rolling around on the couch saying life is brutal.
Over and over.
Days on end.
That storyline took place over several days, and Wilbur changed clothes in the middle of it.
Yep.
Dawn was still wearing that lavender jumpsuit number. Can you imagine the smell in that living room?
Oh, God.
I'm picturing something that's just kind of like corn chips and American cheese and sweat.
Oh, damn. Oh.
Wilbur just stopped going in there for a while because he just couldn't stomach the smell.
He almost had a asthma attack going in there. But, oh God. Can't breathe. Gotta get my inhaler. Oh God.
But unfortunately for Wilbur, he had to go through the kitchen to get to his study where he keeps his inhaler. And instead, he just scrambled a whole dozen eggs and ate those. But after that, he was feeling fine. So, worthy moment of the week.
Yeah.
Did you have one?
Here's the sound.
Yeah, sound effect time.
Okay, my merry moment. Worthy moment of the week.
My Robin Hood and the merry moment of the week
is Wilbur's face on Wednesday on the second panel, because he looks like some kind of villain.
He looks like the fucking devil.
God damn it. Ugh.
I don't know if it's intentional that he's being drawn like this.
He's just like...
Do you think it's because that Joe is using Hoggle from Labyrinth as a character model?
I think so.
Damn you, Jareth, and damn me too.
What was your worthy moment of this particular week?
Panel 2, Friday, Wilbur's 6 fingers.
Yeah. Leave it to Joe.
It's just such a bonehead mistake.
Leave it to Joe to add extra fingers.
When I saw it this week, I went back through the other comics to see if it was anywhere else, like if that was part of Wilbur's,
yeah.
The way Wilbur is, he just has 6 fingers on one hand. But, no, he does not.
This is the mark of a true artist. It's to be able to put a 6th finger and act like it's nothing.
I do have to say, I really had to, I was looking at it and I was like, what's wrong there? And then I honestly had to take the cursor from my mouse and individually count the fingers. Because they all looked like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Wait a minute.
They all look like they belong there. But one of them's extra.
If you block out the thumb, it looks like he has just a really long thumb.
Whoa!
Just,
He's going in to pull Mary's eyeball right out of her head.
oh no. Watch out.
So, predictions for next week?
That's a good question. I think we're done with Mary,
Yeah.
judging by the blue and yellow panel at the end there. So
Yeah, that's freeze frame and roll the credits.
I guess we're off to Italy?
I'm going to say he sprung this trip on his boss and Mary. He's going to have to tell Dawn about it at some point.
Yes. Yeah, true.
So I imagine, like, Monday is just going to be Wilbur, like, kicking in the door to Dawn's bedroom. Pack your bags!
Right, we're on. And like Dawn's kicking and screaming. And he's dragging her along.
He's
No, honey, it's for your own good.
He's got her around the waist, and she's just, like, holding on to the door frame, screaming, no!
It's like what you'd imagine taking someone to rehab would be like. I don't want to go on vacation with you, Dad. Oh.
Alright, so,
That's the week.
that's the week. Should we thank some people?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Let's do the right thing here, Eric, and let's extend our thanks to Wanders from maryworthandme.blogspot.com. He does
Yep.
a Mary Worth blog where he makes funny jokes about Mary Worth, and I read it every single day, and so should you. I would also like to thank the Aquabats for letting us use that song of theirs called Sequence Erase as our theme song. They didn't technically let us do it. They just don't know we did it.
But they're aquabats, so they're underwater, so they can't hear us.
Yes, they're also superheroes, so odds are if they ever figure out what we're doing with their song, they'll probably find us and beat us up.
But hey, it'll make good television, so.
Oh yeah, definitely. They've got, season 2 is coming up of the Aquabats Super Show, only on the Hub. Saturday mornings at like 10 o'clock, I think. Anyway. I'd also like to thank the Robot Beach Boys for pushing all of their computer parts and telephones together to create a MIDI of California Girls, which you'll be hearing here at the end of the show.
We'd like to thank them for creating the Beach Boys Megazord.
The Beach Boys Megazord, and fighting off Rita Repulsa and her horde of giant enemies.
They're great.
Those darn Beach Boys. We're done. My name is Sam.
And I'm Eric. And remember, kids, most people return small favors, acknowledge medium ones, and repay greater ones with ingratitude.
And that was your week in Mary Worth. For what it's worth. Oh my god. Okay, cut this out, but I'm going to tell a terrible story.
Okay. Can this wait till after?
No. You might be able to leave it in, or you can cut out the part about me telling you to cut it out. But, Roy was telling me about how a friend of his mom's took the great-grandmother of the family out to look at Christmas lights. And they stopped at a nursing home and just dumped her out just like that. Like the way they got her out of the house was, let's go look at Christmas lights.
That's terrible.
That's horrible. You can leave that in, but...
Okay.
Or cut out Roy's name.
I'll make that the outtake at the end.
Okay, cool.